Most agents think that coming up with the ideas and scripting the videos is actually what takes the most amount of time. But when you do it right, it can actually be the fastest thing you do. And with the right setup, you can cut the duration it takes for you to actually create the content, and you can do that by using AI. But I don't mean by just asking Claude or ChatGPT for a basic script. I mean you actually want to be giving it a prompt that is proven to work and use frameworks so that when you actually press record, you are, again, using your time most efficiently. So in this video, I'm going to show you a prompt you can use live right here to help you create a week's worth of content in less than 15 minutes. It's the same prompt that I've used to help real estate agents close over $450 million worth of real estate exactly just from organic content. And by the end, I'll give you the entire prompt away for free just so that you can use it to help create your next week's worth of content in just 15 minutes. So let's head to the office. So what does a proven prompt even look like? There's ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, anything from Google, Gemini. We have to decide on what AI we want to use. Everyone knows ChatGPT, but there's an even better AI software to use, especially when it comes to scripting, and that is, of course, Claude. It is by far the best AI to use when creating content because it naturally writes with human realism. But again, you could use GPT with a prompt I'm going to show you today that you could use like 3 times per week to create, again, so much of your weekly content. But Claude is the way to go. So again, I would advise using Claude if you don't want to have to do too many extra revisions. So now again, we decided what AI we want to use, but there's also the prompt, and I want to show you that, and I'll have a link to it in the description, but it's actually going to ask you a question when you access it. So I want you to actually wait till the end and you'll know what that question is so that you get access. The first is some of the guidelines. So this is kind of the prompt right here, and we're going to go over it all. But the first prompt guidelines is the overall structure of what the video is going to look like. So whether we have the hook, then we have the introduction to the property, we have the walkthrough, and the close. So this makes sure that Claude knows exactly what the skeleton of the video that you're trying to make looks like before you even type, again, anything out. The second is 3 core sections. So your property details, your agent style, and your target audience. This is the main thing that you need because it's the thing that stops your video from sounding generic, and it makes it feel like you're talking about, again, a real home to prospects in your market. So this is exactly what you want to, again, input into this prompt, which I'm going to show you live. And third, again, is the script requirements. So things like future pacing language, engagement questions, call to actions. These are all baked into the prompt itself so that the AI has something to genuinely build to convert your actual audience who views your videos, not just something that sounds decent. This is exactly what we use. Now, all 3 of these together gives the AI enough to actually go off of. So to script something that's actually worth posting in just a few minutes. So let's jump into the actual live chat AI Claude, to show you how this actually works. So here's the prompt right here. Now, again, I say use this prompt to generate a viral home tour for Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. So here's the prompt. So I'm going to copy everything from right here all the way down, and simple flow. Actually, sorry, a little much right here. Boom. Then we're going to open Claude. We're just using the Sonnet 4.6. We're going to paste that in. Again, it goes over, if we look at the doc, that we are a real estate expert engaging in voiceover home tours. And then we have property details, the agent style, the duration. And luckily, whenever you give Claude, not GPT, but Claude a prompt like this, it will usually actually ask us questions before, without us even having to ask or answer them. If we say we go for it and we don't put whether we want it to be 90 seconds, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, it'll actually ask us. So that's good. So all I'm going to do now is get property details. So now let's just say I open Zillow.com. Again, I know you guys have your own MLS, you have your own info. I just want you to get all of the information you can about a single property. So I'm going to use one here in the Bay Area. Let's use this $3 million property in Danville, California. I'm going to make myself smaller here, and I'm going to screenshot this first page. I'm also going to screenshot all of the information. So right here, even maybe where it is right here, and all of the facts and features. There's the property, utilities, HOA, and anything extra, maybe right here, some Zestimate. I know, obviously, guys, that stuff's not too accurate. I know. But again, any information you have about the property, you're going to put in here. So for me, all I'm going to do is then paste it as these images. And I believe they are all right here. Yep. I have about 7 images. And I'm just going to give it prompts here at the bottom. So I'm going to say right here, all of the info to fill out is in the photos I uploaded. If you need to ask me any more questions, feel free to ask. And I'm just going to paste this all in. So now we're going to wait probably a minute or so. Again, I love it when AI is pondering, because when something gives you something instantly, again, it's going to ask us. Here we go. So energy style. High energy, hype, medium, storyteller, luxury, expert. I've seen actually a massive trend with more storytelling and medium paced styles. So I'm actually going to go medium storyteller. Let's go 90 seconds. Now, there are some very good homes you can make with 3-minute tours, with 2-minute tours, 90-second tours. One of my guys, Brandon, a massive agent in Texas, has been going crazy with about 60, like 1 minute to 1 minute, 10, 20-second tours. So I'm just going to say 90 seconds. Which room should get the most attention? So primary kitchen. Again, this is where we want the main focus to be, like our text hook, something that catches people in the beginning. When we're like, again, I just use Instagram edits to put all these videos together. I'm going to see, like, let me go back to this property. What do I think the best feature might be to actually attract our ICP? So if I look at, here's the front of the home, living, like family room looks amazing. Dining area looks beautiful. Again, this is me with like very low context to the home. And my guess is it looks like living area, big glass, open. Let's see if there is a backyard, because otherwise it might be the master. Okay, so it's very big master bedroom with a view. Yeah, there's a view right off of there. You have a balcony. So you really don't have a yard, it looks like. It's literally just the balcony looking out into these hills. So it's going to be like the view from the balcony. So I'll say primary suite. Now, one thing you can do when any AI, any GPT that you're using, if anything it gives you sounds too generic, like let's say you've already filmed this video, what I would do is also give the AI each room that you went into in order. So say, hey, I started off with the best view of the front of the home. I went through, I walked in, I showed the living room to the left. I went through and I showed the kitchen. And you can, if you want, always use like the dictate feature, like the voice memo feature, because that's going to save you the most time. Because naturally, you're going to want to shorten whenever you're typing. So use whatever dictate feature and give any AI as much context as you can. So again, being more specific, having the AI ask you questions about the home that you liked, that you think the ICP would really love, that maybe it didn't catch from the information. So I always will basically give it what I shot, so it knows the exact like pathways I took. So again, I can follow this pretty word for word while just keeping authentic, styles, speaking tones. And then, I'll focus on the hook pretty solidly, and call to actions, everything like that. So again, because it's putting us in whatever format it wants. So okay, overall we have the hook. So the script for the home, tucked away in Alamo Creek community of Danville, sits one of the most private, beautifully maintained homes I've seen all year. Now this is great. I love hooks that say I. So an amazing hook that's worked very well for us is saying, I just found. I'm one of the original creators of this hook in general. So any hook that says, I just found, so I could say, I just found this home tucked away in Alamo Creek community of Danville. Sits on a private, beautifully maintained home and property, one of the best I've seen all year. These kind of pauses, even if you use a fill-in word for yourself, it makes it sound more authentic. Like you really don't want to do word for word. Tucked away in Alamo Creek community of Danville, sits one of the most private, beautifully maintained homes I've seen all year. Like, doesn't sound great. So here we go. Here's that property intro. We're looking at 5 bedrooms, 6 baths, about 4,600 square feet, built in 2016 and listed for $3.1 million. But honestly, guys, the price tag makes a lot more sense when you actually walk through the door. Now, what are we doing here? We're giving them something to look forward to. We're creating an open loop that's going to be solved very quickly, which means later on in the home tour, we're going to want to open an extra open loop to make them want to stay longer. But here we go, living areas. The main floor flows really naturally. Again, it doesn't have a ton of context, which is why it says the main floor, because it doesn't know exactly where you are. So again, the more info you use it, again, the better it'll be. You've got a living room, downstairs guest suite, which is rare, but also very practical. See, I'm using my own words to make it sound like how I would speak, because I haven't even seen this script before. And a sunroom addition that, again, just floods the space with open light. Because, ideally, you'd want to read this over maybe 1, 2, 3 times beforehand. So that's why these organic kind of pauses that I'll add make it feel authentic. And a sunroom addition, it almost feels like you're thinking of the word to say that makes it feel more authentic compared to a script. So addition that makes a room flood with space and light. They've also got this enclosed California room that's perfect for entertaining. And it's one of those homes where you just settle in. See how authentic I made it sound and how easy someone else who isn't able to use their tonality could just totally make it sound like a word for word script. Now, as we head into the kitchen, it's fully loaded. You have modern appliances, gas range, built-in oven, kitchen island, solid surface counters, and a pantry. And it's designed for someone that actually cooks, cook. See, sometimes I'll add stupid little things at the end to try to make it sound more authentic. I'll just cut that out. And the layout connects right into the main living area so that you're never isolated from the people that you actually have over. Now, we're going to go upstairs, primary suite, where we're going to spend most of our time because this is insane. The primary suite, this one, upstairs, we're going to step into one of the most luxurious retreats I've ever seen. And I don't use that word lightly. With this private balcony that looks over the hills, you have no rear neighbors, just a beautiful view. Hills, skies, quiet. Just imagine you get to wake up every morning to this view. There's also a family room up here, a bonus room, and a full laundry room. So the whole upper floor genuinely functions like it's its own private wing. And the location? We are walking distance from the clubhouse. There's a pool, there's a fitness center, and a top-rated school. Again, maybe you want to, say what that school is. Plus solar, feng shui stone at the entrance. Oh, feng shui. Is that feng shui stone at the entrance? And a Zestimate that actually has climbed about 69% in the past 9 years. Put a screenshot of that on the screen. Here's what I keep thinking about. When was the last time you saw a home with this much privacy in this kind of community at this price point? It just does not happen often in Danville. So if you're thinking of actually buying or selling in Danville, comment the word guide, and I'll send you my free buyer's guide and go watch, again, the full tour, full YouTube video. I'll send it to you right now. And then that would obviously be if you made a full YouTube video tour about it and uploaded it to YouTube. But you see how we made that whole flow? That was crazy just off of a simple prompt. So here's the thing, is that the biggest reason most agents never actually build momentum with content is because of inconsistency. The algorithm does not reward only posting a few reels a month, and neither do the people watching. Because someone who sees you once or twice does not feel the urge to want to work with you. So the key here is actually having a content process that does not take up hours of your day so you don't get burnt out. And the only thing that makes content sustainable long term is leveraging AI to do heavy lifting. Because when scripting a video, it just takes 5 minutes, posting just doesn't feel like a full-time job anymore. And it becomes something that you can just easily knock it out on a Tuesday morning before your first showing. You don't even have to think about it till next week. So if you've been putting off content because you never knew what to say or it felt like too much work, use the prompt in the description. And I kind of fooled you guys. I wanted you to stay for the question. There's no question to download it. You can feel free to download it now. So just follow the process I showed you. And then finally, you can have a content structure and a real lead gen system being able to use content. And if you want, again, my personal help building out your full content system, not just the scripting, but the strategy behind what to post, who to target, and actually how to turn those videos into actual leads, first link in the description, or I guess second, because the prompt is the first, is where you can book a call with me one-on-one directly, and you'll literally with me. And we'll see how I can help you turn content into a main lead generation source. But I will see you guys on the other side.